Amen, amen, man. That's my jam right there. Hey, Pettidee, I wrote that song right there. That's one of my favorites. 'Cause I'm always on your mind. Anyways. Hey, I want the world to know that God has always got you on his mind. And that's that song, It's Me That You Adore, written by yours truly. And it's sung by the lovely worshiper, Brother Michael Lee Green. That brother is faithful. He walk with so much integrity. And listen, right now we going on live with Mr. Pettidee. Hey, Pettidee, how you doing?
Oh, doing super good. Blessed.
That's awesome. Hey, I'm doing wonderful. Always enjoying being able to go on the air live and tell people who you are, what you're doing everywhere around the world. That's just what I love to do. I tell you. And so it was an honor to speak with you today and be able to chat with you on your wife's birthday. Happy birthday, my sister.
Yeah. I'm going to hear you right here.
Hey, put her on for a sec. Let her say hey to the world.
Hello, what's up?
Hey, how you doing, sister?
I am blessed. Thank you.
That's awesome. Happy birthday to you and enjoy your God-given day.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. You're welcome. That's awesome. Awesome. All right, Mr. Pettidee, Dwayne Pettidee. Tell the listening audience who you are. Let them know a little bit about you.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. My name, my given name is Dwayne Pettidee. That's how I got my stage name. It's actually derived from my legal name. It's my last name first. My first initial is last. Pettidee. And I was born and raised in Florida. I gave my life to the Lord in 1993. And I've been rapping for him ever since. I was actually rapping before that. And I changed it, God changed me. Actually, as a baby in Christ, I made up my mind. I wasn't, back then, rapping for God was so-called of the devil. And I was like, well, if it's of the devil, I don't want no parts of it.
Come on now.
And then I heard a group called SFC, Soldiers for Christ, in 1993. Mm-hmm. And their album changed my life.
Wow!
And I heard them. They was quoting scriptures, and I mean, it just grew me closer to God. Listening to an album, and music is perpetual. So, even though I was going to church, twice a week, I was listening to that music over and over and over again. And with me as a young believer, not knowing the Word of God, mm-hmm. To be able to hear it from the Word, hear it from a CD, and then actually go to church and have an understanding of what the pastor was saying, it grew me closer to God, and I began to get stronger and stronger. And I made up my mind from that. I was like, that's what I want to do in my life. If these dudes could change my life like this, then this is what I want to do with my gift. Right. And that was in 1993.
Wow. So you got the word in a language you can understand.
Yeah, 20 years ago, and I'm still doing it.
That is awesome. So you've been doing this 20 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Let us know some of the highlights of your career. What's some of your highlights?
Yes, some of my highlights, as y'all know, I've been doing it 20 years. It just let you know I've been doing it 20 years, and God has allowed me to do some great things. I've been able to go to Africa. I went to Africa 4 times. I was able to shoot a music video for the Darfur genocide, which aired on BET and aired on over in Zambia, Africa. I was nominated for a Grammy in 2005 for my production. I'm a music producer as well. 2008, I was nominated for a Stellar Award. I've had my music in TV and film. If you look at the back of films like Tyler Perry's Meet the Browns, you actually see me in the credits. America's Next Top Model, Pimp My Ride, and a movie called Hurricane Season with Forrest Whitaker. And just recently, we just had some new placements with a TV show called Sons of Anarchy and CSI Miami, and just been able to do some. God has allowed me to do some amazing things through music, and be able to do some things that cross the genre without compromising my faith.
Wow, that's beautiful. You've been around. You've been around. So tell us share with us some of your tough times.
I will say this. I will say to tell people to never, first of all, when you hear, my accolades and you hear some of the things that God has allowed me to accomplish, don't ever feel like those things didn't come without trials and tribulations. Oh, it came with weights, and it came with times that I wanted to quit, and times that I wanted to give up, and times that I made up in my fleshly mind that I was done and that I was gonna quit. And 2008, just like everybody else, we got hit hard with everything with the economy. We worked hard. My wife and I worked hard, and finally got our dream home, and the bottom fell out of the music industry. And if you're independent, if you really get hit hard, we had to sell our dream home. We had to go through trials, man. Like it was just so rough. Like it's hard to know that you work for something. And I asked God, God, I haven't, stepped outside of my marriage. I haven't done anybody wrong in business. I've done things the way you asked me to do them, far from perfect. But what have we done to deserve this? And you feel like that. And just like Joe's friends, the first thing people want to know is, all these things happen to you. What did you do to God? What did you do to make God angry? And so sometimes that's a natural reaction, a fleshly reaction to us, to feel like, God, this is happening to me, and the company that I partnered with off the bankruptcy, so I lost my home and lost my deal at the same time, and like, God, what's going on? Like, everything just the bottom falling out. Wow. And so just to be 1 minute nominated for awards and music, worldwide, to no avenue for your music and no place to live.
Wow.
But God, He was with us. He said in His word that He'll never leave you nor forsake you. And we checked it. We had to trust Him and believe that He has, and He did, and He does. And you have to remember that even though you're in the fire, you won't come out. You won't come out smelling like smoke. You won't come out burned.
Wow.
And we're a living testament of that. Is that yes, we've been through the fire. Don't think because for the accolades and because of all those things that it hasn't been tested. And just like the college and school, in order to go to the next grade, or in order to get your diploma, or in order to get your graduate, you got to go through tests. And by nature, we hate tests. We hate tests. Everything that we said that we believe is being tested at this moment.
Right.
And whatever it is, you're going to come out. And I just thank God that we just continue to stay thankful. And I thank God for all the people that we sowed seed into, because during those times, a lot of people sold into us. Not out of pity, not out of anything else, but simply because we sowed seed into a lot of people. And a lot of seed came back that was from unexpected places. Now things are turning around, and things have really been blessed. Like I said, just recently, everything has really picked back up in the music, and things have really picked back up in the TV and film and all that. But man, those times brought me closer to God, brought my family closer together, because that's what we were built, and our foundation is on. And so there are a lot of storms and trials and tribulations and things that have come to push you through the storm to see how well you're built.
Wow.
And those are what the storms do. Those are what the storms do. Yeah, things get washed out. Yeah, things get wet. Things get damaged. But if the foundation is there, you can gut it out and rebuild.
Come on now. Wow.
And
awesome.
yeah, so I just want to encourage even the people who made up in their mind that they're going to give up on their dreams, they're going to give up, things ain't working. One of my favorite people is Thomas Edison. When he was him and his people were trying to invent the light bulb, they failed 1,000 times. And this one news paper reporter asked him, "So how does it feel to fail 1,000 times?" He said, "I never failed once. It just was a 1,000-step process."
I know that's right.
Yeah, and a lot of times it's not necessarily a failure. Okay, I tried that didn't work. Okay, I tried that didn't work. Well, what happens is we try something and it don't work, and then we walk away saying we failed. No, you didn't fail. It just that doesn't work. You're just like a scientist. When they keep mixing the chemicals and they're mixing the chemicals and they're trying different things and it's not working. They're trying something else and it's not working because they have a theory and they really believe that if they did X, Y, and Z, that this is going to happen. And if we believe that God is giving us a promise, no matter what trials and tribulations or walls that face you, or how many times it looks like it's not working, if you have a promise, then you have a promise. That's point blank. If you can't get the promise, we're getting started.
Go ahead.
You can't get the promise. You can't get the promise looking on TV and saying it works for this person, it works for that person. Well, I'm going to try it that way. And you know God told you the way to do it. And you're like, well, but that don't make no sense. It don't seem like I'll even get where I need to go doing it that way. Not understanding that the way God told you to go, you was going to meet the person that you needed to meet to get you to your destiny in a place that you had no way of thinking that you would get there. And I'm going to break that down and make that simple for some people. I had a guy that used to do a lot of prison ministry. And there was a guy that emailed me and he said, "I listen to a lot of your music in prison." He was like, "I'm out of prison now and I do movies. I would love for you to be in one of my films." He said, and I hit him back. I said, "Yeah, I'm down with it." And he hit me back. He was like, I reached out to a lot of gospel rap. I listened to a lot of gospel rap while I was in prison, but you're the only one that reached back.
Right, see?
Now, I'm not saying I'm better than anybody else, and then I'm not saying that all I'm saying is speaking what he said to me, which was, you're the only one that reached back. That was 8 years ago. Fast forward to now, 8 years later, the movie comes out, and it's in Redbox.
Wow.
I mean,
what's the name of the movie?
The movie is called This Is the Day.
Okay.
You look at the Redbox, it's called This Is the Day. And I've been in quite a few independent films. There's a film called Second Chance with what's the brother's name? Michael W. Smith. That you see that on cable and that's on DVD. But a lot of these opportunities didn't come through the regular way of music industry or entertainment industry, networking. It came through being obedient to God. God said, "Go do this," and I'm going to do this. And through me doing what he told me to do, I end up meeting this person.
Right.
But if I had not been obedient to God and just try to do it the way everybody else says to it, then I wouldn't have the blessings that God allowed me to have. And I'm only saying all that to say that when God tell you to do it, no matter how awkward it seems or how far it seems from the direction that you want to go, you have to be obedient. Obedience is better than sacrifice. Joseph would have never became second in command of Egypt had he not been in prison.
Wow. And that's truth. That's truth. And not only that, but he ain't let the prison keep him down either.
And he had a level of excellence in his mindset. His mindset, no matter what, was always a mindset of excellence. When he was sold into slavery, he out of his control. He was a slave, but guess what? You know what? I'm a slave, but I'm gonna be the best. I have a mindset, and I'm a man of excellence. See, some people would have walked around as a slave, stood up for the slave master, Yeah, my daddy is such and such and such. I don't even belong here. But he was excellent. And he became the head of his slave, of the masters of Potiphar's house. Then he was wrongfully accused of rape with the prison, and he could have been bitter there. Okay, God gave me a gift. I got a gift of interpreting dreams. Man, my daddy is such and such. Man, y'all tripping. One man, I used to have this coat, man. It was on a chain. He could have been bitter.
Right.
And then when they asked him about interpreting dreams, he could have been mad. Get me out of here. That's what you want me to interpret a dream? I dream I'm out of here. I dream I'm not locked up. He could have been bitter. But he interpreted those guys' dreams, and he asked one of them not to forget about it, and they still forgot about it.
Right.
But he had a mentality. His mentality was a mentality of success. And he had a winner's mindset. His scenario, his circumstances, the circumstances of what we would consider losing.
Right.
He was losing. Okay, he had all these visions and dreams, and he had all these gifts and talents, but he was sitting in prison. To 2013, the average mindset, the average Twitter follower, the Instagram, all that, you losing.
Right.
But he still had a winner's mindset. That's why he ended up becoming, even in prison, becoming the captain of the prisoners, even though he was a prisoner himself. So everywhere he went, he was the best. So I don't care if you out there, you a janitor. You be the best janitor, you work as unto the Lord. I don't care if you washing cars for a living. I don't care what you're doing.
Right.
You do it to the best of your ability, because that is the mindset that will get you to your destiny. Even when he interpreted the king's dream, that's not what made him second in command. When the king asked him, well, what should we do about it? When he said, okay, you should appoint somebody to do this, and this. That was his mindset speaking, and his mindset is what made room for him. That winner's mindset. He said, well, we don't have nobody else. Well, you thought of it, so we'll get a job to you.
See.
So I just want to encourage those out there listening to this music. I don't care if you can't rap, you can't sing, you flipping burgers. You better let them burgers do double and triple somersaults when you're flipping them. You got to be the best at what God called you to be. But that's the key to your destiny. That's the key to the place that you want to be.
Amen. Well, I bet you I got something out of that.
Amen.
Best that I can be. That's what I'm talking about.
Amen.
That is awesome. Mr. Pettidee, tell us about this song, Bloodshed, that you have out. I love that song.
The song Bloodshed was the reason why I did that song is because a lot of times people don't understand urban ministry, understand the trials and tribulations that the average believer goes through in the hood, in the urban area, in life, not just in the ghetto, but there's a lot of bloodshed going on in the hood. I mean, you really have to stand closer to God. You really have to stand close to Christ in order to survive. But you also have to be mindful of who you associate yourself with. And in this song, I have a sample of my bishop from Jacksonville, Florida, Bishop Vaughn McLaughlin.
Who?
And Bishop Vaughn McLaughlin.
I know, that's my pastor too back in the day.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Pastor back then.
The song is called Bloodshed, and I just pray you guys enjoy it, man. And we just want to keep doing music out here to the glory of God. We're gonna keep putting it down, and we're gonna keep bringing excellence to the kingdom. And y'all. Yeah.
Amen. All right. We finna play Bloodshed by none other than Mr. Pettidee. Enjoy. Enjoy.
Don't you know that you going to jail too? Don't y'all know folk who were in drive-by shootings who didn't pull the trigger, but they had to do the time? Don't y'all know that, man, who you hang out with is what your future is in who you're hanging out with. Your future is in who you're hanging out with. Your future is in who you're hanging out with. Now we was born in this project hole, walking on this concrete floor. Living hard was all we know. Did some wrong to make that dough. Hanging around that cornerstone. Hustle hard to run from pole. Good as caught if you run slow. Caught that time, you'll do by four. Don't sell dope if you get scared. Popo caught you, bust your head. Heard you snitched out to them feds. Found you in your shed. People screaming, people cry. Honest folk try to get by. Real true thugs ain't know about God. Grandma taught you about the law. Baby, when your times get hard, pray to Jesus when you start. You think you too hard for that? Think your homeboys got your back? You bulletproof, your blood ain't red. Attention, because this is for them gun toting, dope smoking weed head. The one who start up all that cane till his nose bled. Them girls who dance off in the club, all they want is bread. You stand behind the yellow tape, you saw that bloodshed. This for them gun toting, dope smoking weed head. The one who snort up all that cane till his nose bled. Them girls who dance off in the club, all they want is bread. You stand behind the yellow tape, you saw that bloodshed. Yeah, street life ain't my rolling high. People killing, people die. People screaming, people crying. Honest folk try to get by. Street life ain't my rolling high. People killing, people die. People screaming, people crying. Honest folk try to get by. Grandma Moses went to church. Grandpapa, he went to work. Uncle Bud got hooked on coke. Auntie son, he slanging dope. That's how it be down in this hood. Happy when someone do good. Hit that college, wish we could. Come back here, I wish you would. When you come back, be on top. Make that rise and don't you stop. Don't look back and make that drop. Blow up, don't relapse and fly. So much go on in this life. Homeboy walked out on his wife. Homegirl got stabbed with that knife. Living in turmoil and strife. Homeless begging every day. Knives busting, oozing spray. Tell yourself that it's okay. Find a nice safe place to pray. Time is really winding down. Ain't no time to clown around. Catch that smile and kill that frown. God is gonna miss his round. Them guns choking, dope smoking weed head. The one who start up all that pain till his nose bled. Them girls who dance off in the club, all they want is bread. You stand behind the yellow tape, you saw that bloodshed. This for them gun toting, dope smoking weed head. The one who snort up all that pain till his nose bled. Them girls who dance off in the club, all they want is bread. You stand behind the yellow tape, you saw that bloodshed. Yeah, street life ain't my rolling high. People killing, people die. People screaming, people crying. Honest folk try to get by. Street life ain't my rolling high. People killing, people die. People screaming, people crying. Honest folk try to get by.
Amen. All right. That was Pettidee himself with Bloodshed. I'm telling you, that was an awesome song. I love that song. How to get your information, your music and all.
Yeah, I'm very easy to get in contact with. You can hit me on my website where we have a whole entire catalog of music, all the music that's been on TV and film and my albums. And you can go to soldiersound.com, SOLDIERSOUND. It's not spelled any kind of crazy way. It's just soldier and sound, soldiersound.com. I'm on Twitter and Facebook, and my Twitter is Twitter at Pettidee, Pettidee. Follow me on Twitter, and I'm on Facebook, Dwayne Pettidee, and I would love to hear from y'all.
Amen. All right, that's.
Oh, you can get all the music on iTunes. You can just type in and go to iTunes and type in Pettidee, Pettidee, and all the albums will come up as you're downloading your music from iTunes.
That's awesome. Well, you got some last minute encouraging words before we let you go?
Once again, I just want to reiterate, and I'm not just talking to hear myself talk.
Right.
Please don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't quit. Don't give up. Don't quit. If it's not working that way, try another way. But if it's in your destiny, then it's going to happen. And whatever you're doing, maybe you're doing a job or doing something that that wasn't in your destiny or that wasn't in your plans. You work that to the best of your ability, and you might get a new dream, a new vision out of just being obedient and being the best at what God called you to be. Whatever you do, don't do it murmuring and complaining, but do it as unto the Lord and do it to the best of your ability, because that's how you get to your destiny.
Amen. There you have it, listening audience. That's Mr. Pettidee himself out of Nashville, Tennessee. Hey, listen, we're going to listen to I'm a Vet by Pettidee. Enjoy. Hey, Pettidee, thanks a million. You have a wonderful evening.
You too. Thanks for having me.
All right. God bless. Tell my sister, have a good one.
I'm a vet, I'm a vet, I'm a vet, I'm a vet, I'm a vet on me for keeping it real. I'm a vet, I'm a vet.
Still gutter for God, still trill. Got my own label, got my own deal. Soldier sound, double S is real here. I'm a man with a lot to say. Got saving 9 tray from the Mac, just spray. Hey, show the killers and the dealers see the way. Hey, bring the light to the night, make day. Hey, you hate me, but they love me. But I don't see you get played like rugby. In my face, you give gap and hug me. But deep down in your heart, you wanna slug me. I'ma say what it feel, had to learn that. Put your mouth on the game, but you ain't earned that. Bring a lot you with the fire, gon' burn that. All focus on the focus, never turn back. Ex having to unfold the big bills. Cop the crib and turn down the big bill. Hate my chain, my swag, and my big grill. You never liked me before, so big deal. Told folk, Betty losing your lost bet. You like Haman or Mordecai, you caught that. I know you're mad cause your blessing ain't get it yet. Dawg, don't get upset, cause I'm fit. Run the talk cause I get it. I'ma run the course and don't quit it. Y'all take the pain, I give it. I don't read the Bible, I live it. The rap game is sport, full contact. And when you do it for God, it's full combat. With my Bible and my lyrics and my drum track, I take all 3, 2, 1 contact. Touchdown in the city, it's fight night. Burn rubber on the stage like a stunt fight. With the power of God, we get crunk right. The devil like Gizmo, hate bright night. All studio killer star. Got bread cause you bought that car. 4-5 on your side too hard. Now you want peace cause your boy got shot. Don't play with it, can't stay with it. These boys walk around all day with it. You wanna roll in the dirt, then deal with it. Gorilla boy, white knock, get killed with it. Real D-boys get no cheer. All day in the wrist they live. Let the Lord take care of that jet. Thug show your boy respect, cause I'm a vet. I'm a vet, 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 keep it high. I'm a vet, 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 keep it high. I'm a vet, 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 keep it high. I'm a vet, 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 keep it high. Go open your mouth, check the background. We've been fighting the enemy, full smackdown. Hit the block, tell my dogs put the crack down. Rep dirty Duval, call Jack down. I was doing it before your whole clique did. When you was running around, still addicted. I was running the ball at my Vic did. Or you can throw it if you better come get this. ETW and PID, Suit, D-Twins and SMC, A1, Swift, I-Kings, O-double-Gs. If it wasn't no them, wouldn't have no me. Hey, better know that they paid a lot. OGD boy got shot for a block. Hey, I swing low, so hit the deck. Google the name and check the net. Shout it y'all. I'm a vet, I'm a vet, I'm a vet.